can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Super Graham. I'm a budget analyst, and this is my first time of joining you.
Hi,
Hello.
Isaac. Your hand is up. Yes.
So I'm Isaac from Ghana, working with Safe Consult as an administrator, and it's my first time joining.
My name is Benjamin Antonio. Work with Rock Africa. First time participating.
Hello, my name is Cephas, part of Red Excel team from Ghana. Yeah, I'm also an excellent student. We'll be learning together. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Christopher Tete. I'm a level 400 student in Ghana here, and this is my first time joining. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Japoma. This is my first time joining. I'm glad.
Hi, everyone. My name is Millicent. Fred is also my boss. This is my second time joining, and I'm happy to learn more. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Moses Koda from Sierra Leone. This is my second time joining this training. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jato from Ghana. This is my second time of joining the platform, and I'll be happy to participate together with you. Thank you.
Hello, good evening everyone. This is Williams from Ghana. This is my first time joining. Thank you.
I think from the responses we've had so far, most of you are first-time participants. So I'd like to know, does anybody want to share what exactly they expect this to meet, so that at the end of the class, we'll know whether it met your expectations or there's more that you need to know. Also, those who took part in the previous webinar, is there anything you'd like us to clarify before we start? We'll be starting shortly, so can you put it out there so that we address it before then? Thank you.
Okay, so like I said earlier on, my name is Williams and I'm a first timer. So my expectation, well, I have just small knowledge on conditional formatting, so I just hope to know more about it by the end of this class. Yeah.
Thank you. That's so simple, and we hope that at the end of it, I'm going to speak to you again at the end of it, and then we'll know whether it was met and we'll assess it together. Thank you. So we'll begin in a bit. My name is Ifwa, and I'll be moderating today's session as I mentioned previously. The facilitator is Mr. Fred Anifi. He's an Excel expert, he's an analyst, and he has so many years of experience in data and everything related to software, Excel, etc. He'll be coming up shortly to introduce himself, so kindly get ready for him. Thank you very much.
Hello, please can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
I can hear you too.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us this evening for this first edition of Fred Excel practical exams. Today is going to be quite practical. As Ifwa said, our first webinar, you requested for a practical one, and today we are starting with conditional formatting. So I won't waste much time, and we really appreciate you for joining us and taking time to really be part of this webinar. We really appreciate it, and we say thank you once again. So I'll move straight to the class. Basically, what we are going to look at today will have to do with conditional formatting. And with the conditional formatting, I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. It has to do with Excel, but today I just want to touch on 5 tricks. So first, I'll give a small introduction. Then from there, we'll move straight to the practical. So I will share my screen now.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
Okay, so thank you. So we can move straight to action. As I was introduced by Ifwa, so I won't waste much time on that. I'll move straight to the business for today. Okay, so here we are talking about conditional formatting, and conditional formatting really has to do with a condition or one of the Excel functions, which I would say is really underutilized. But today I'm going to teach you some 5 basic tricks with it, and I'll talk a little bit about it. What is conditional formatting? What is it really about? Simply, if someone asks you what is it about, it's simply a feature in Excel that enables you to apply specific formatting to cells that really meet a certain criteria. Note that in Excel spreadsheet, we have cells. Now you want to input a condition within a cell such that if that condition is met, there are a lot of things which can happen. Either under that condition, the content within the cell will be bolded, highlighted, will be striked out, and we'll go through all that. Now, the question is, so what is the importance of really conditional formatting? One, it allows cells to be formatted automatically in accordance with what is in the cell, as I said. Example, if a figure that is negative within a cell, you want all negative numbers to be, let's say, colored with red automatically without you picking each cell and coloring it red. At least you can use a conditional formatting where you input it and automatically, so far as you enter a negative number, automatically then the item will really be colored red or any color you want, whether the background or the font. Then we also have the worksheet will have the ability to format itself as you are working on. As I said, it's real time. So far as you format a cell, automatically that particular cell will be, anytime you input data in that particular cell, automatically it will pick the conditional formatting and really work on it for you to see the output. Then we also have, it makes it easy to find values under our big data. At least we all know. So this one really works when you have a huge data you are really working with, and you really need to really identify the particular condition within a cell. Now, I'll just touch on the types of conditional formatting. Note that conditional formatting is also a visualization tool. So as I said, basically there are 4 or 5 basic types of conditional formatting. We talk about the background color. That has to do with the shading of a cell. We talk about the foreground color. When you say the foreground color, what you are referring to is the font. Then we have the data bars. Then we have the icons and we have the values. So within the conditional formatting space, these are the 3 things which will really happen. Now, there are 5 simple and useful conditional formatting tricks we are going to learn today. It has to do with 1, highlighting dates. 2, highlighting an entire row or column. We'll do a little bit on icons. We'll do a little bit on combining data bars and icons in the same cell. And I think my last 5 will be, that's a surprise. So when we get there, you will see what's really in there. So without much wait, I think we'll move straight to the Excel sheet and for you to see the practical of it. I think after the practical exercise, I will share the file with you and you can now practice it on your own. I hope you can see my Excel sheet.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Now, this is an Excel spreadsheet. This is where we have the Home tab. And in the Home tab, we have the conditional formatting icon. So this is the conditional formatting icon, which you can see. So when you go to the Home on your Excel spreadsheets, this is what we refer to the conditional formatting. Now, under the conditional formatting, as I initially stated, you have highlight cells rule. So in that situation, when we are formatting or we are inputting a conditional format, what we are looking at is that we are looking at values here. So when a cell is greater than a particular number, what should happen? We'll look at the top or the bottom rules. So here we are talking about the top 10 in terms of percentage, the bottom 10 items, the average and the below average. Then we have the data bars. Here we are talking about the gradient field. Then we have the color scale, where you have the different color scales in here. Then you have the icon set. Basically, this is the basic one. Then we have the one which really comes with a lot of formulas. And that one, you can find it under the new rule. And when you go to the new rule, where we have use a formula to determine which cells to format, that's where we use a lot of formulas in there to really do a little bit of conditional formatting. So I will move straight into my first. Okay, so I'll move straight into my first item, which here we are focusing on icons. So here we have a data and these are products, these are months. So this is the sales for January 2020, and this is the sales for January 2021, and this is the change. Normally, you like to, per pictorial or per visual view, you like to show some icons here. And how will you do that? So we are just going to go through that process of how you can really show whether there was an increase or decrease. Basically, if you are not very quite familiar with Excel, what normally people will do is that they might select the whole data range where they have the change. And when they select the whole data range where they have the change, they will simply go to the conditional formatting and now go to the icon sets. And let's say choose the first one in terms of directional and just select. And that is it. Now, when you do it this way, really, how do you explain this? Does it really fine? You can see it as fine. It's quite visible, maybe nice to the eye, but how can you really give an explanation to it? When you have a yellow going directly to your right, 20%, 30% going down, the negative one, some of them going down, and at the same time, you have some positives, 12% also going in. What it means is that your data set, what is applying to it is you're using the average here to really do the analysis. What it means that it's not really comparing the data to the previous year to see the change, but it's really focusing on just the data in column A. Now, a better way to show this, so I'll use Control Z to undo. A better way to do this is what I call icon 1. So I'll just repeat it. So with my equal sign, I just pick the same cell E5 and just enter. And now just double drag it down. So now we have filled with the same numbers we have in column E. Now I want to go through the process of simply trying to make meaning out of this in terms of the change. So what we are agreeing here is that if the change is a positive, it should, let's say, give us an upper arrow, and if it's less than, or if it's a negative, then it should give us a down arrow or a red arrow down. So this is how we'll go about it. First, we select the range, then we go to the conditional formatting, assuming we do it the same way as we did the initial one. So we go to icon sets and select this. Now, this is what we have. This really does not really make meaning. How do we make meaning out of this? We'll still go back to the conditional formatting and go to manage the rules. So we'll just go in there. And now this is what we have. We have editing the format rule. What do we want to do here? You can see that here we have it in percentage whites, but that's not what we want. So to do this, it will use real numbers, that's values. Okay. Now, in where we have the edit the rule description, we have here format all cells based on their values. So we are choosing these icons. Now, where we have the icon here, so this is the icon which is going to show when the value is 67%, but we don't want that. We want it to be value or number. So we'll choose a number here and say that in the value, they will put a 0. What it means is that within the range we have chosen, any number which is greater than 0, it should give us this icon, which is, let me say, green arrow upwards. Now, here to say that any value which is less than 0, it should. So here we are talking about a number being greater than 0. So what it means is that where we have a less than 0, it should give us the red arrow down there. Now, where we have in the middle here, we don't want it to show. But first, I want you to see something. So I will just continue and finish here, and you see what will happen here. So we can apply. Now, when we apply, you can see, okay, so you'll see that all the values, or let me say greater than 0, have a positive arrow showing upwards. But sometimes this makes your data a little bit cloudy. So maybe you just want to show the icons here. How can you do that? Simply, you can go back to the conditional formatting, go to the manage rules, go in there, edit the rule. In editing the rule, you see show icons only. So you check show icons only. And when you click on OK and apply, you will see that you have only icons showing. Assuming that now we really want to make it a little bit dynamic, in that assuming that someone gets above, all that you want to show is that if your sales was more than 100% of the previous year, just give us, or it should show an icon with a green upward, which means that there has been an increase. And if it is sales which is less than a negative, or let me say the sales is below a 20%, then it should just give us a down arrow, which is the red one. Now, to do this, we'll go back into the edit rule. And now here, we will input let me go out of here and input. Let me do a little bit of a formula work here. So here I'll say if it's, so we are saying that assuming that you get 80% and above, it's a positive mark. And if you get less than a 20, then it should be a negative. So to do this, I'll just select the same range again. Or this time, let me do it in icon 2. So I'll just repeat the same values in here. I just want to do a different stuff here. So forgive me. Okay, so we'll still go back to the conditional formatting. Select conditional formatting. Select the icon sets. Assuming our interest is in this one. But now what we want to do is to now really pick the formulas in there. So here we will say that if it's greater than this value or this number. So if this value is greater, which we are looking at a number, is greater than this number, it should show us this arrow. In the middle, we don't want to show anything, so no cell icon will show. And here we are saying that if it's less than 20, so we'll go and pick the 20 in here. We'll go and pick the 20 in here and now show a number. And now show a number. So we'll click on OK. Now, if we apply that to the cell, you can see what is happening here. Now, what we want to do is I want to show the icons only. So in showing the icons only, we check the show the icons only. And this is
Mr. Can you please check
hello.
Yeah,
Come again.
Can you please check the waiting room? There are people there trying to join.
Okay, I just admitted some people in. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So you apply. So when you apply, it means it will show only the icons. Now this one becomes a little quite dynamic. So assuming that I input here those below 10, it means it changes. Now let me just select this range and now get rid of some of the icons in here. Okay. So you can see. So you can see that now it's telling us that positive numbers, or where the change is above 80%, it shows us a green. Where it's less than a 10%, it gives us, let me call it a negative red. So this means that you have at least this one becomes more presentable because then there's a range in between. So what we are saying is that if the change is more than 80%, it should now show us the red icon showing an improvement. Now, if it's less than 10%, it should show us the red stuff. So there you can see what is really happening here. So this is just how to really work with a little bit of the icons in here. Now I'll move straight to another interesting stuff here, where maybe let me jump to do dates in here. So here we want to combine. Okay, so here we want to take notice of dates in here. Now, normally within maybe just like those who are accountants, or we are monitoring particularly the day where let's say we'll go on leave, simply you can just select the date range in your data. This is just a simple data where we have an item, just a dummy data. We have the loan, we have the due date, and we have the percentage done. So all that you are doing is that you are selecting the dates in here. You go to conditional formatting. You go to highlight dates. That's a date occurring. Now, if you want to really highlight, let's say, so in here, when you click on the down, we have today, we have tomorrow, we have in the last 7 days. So assuming that you want to, let's say you want to know the loans which will be due from today within the last, let's say, come next week. If you select this week, all the dates within this week will be highlighted, as you can see. Now you can go here and click OK, or the way you want it. You can use the custom format and change it into the format you want. So assume that you want those ones to be highlighted green, then you can check that one and click on OK. So you'll see that all those dates which are within this week will be highlighted green. Now notice that so far as I've selected this range, it's quite dynamic. So if I change any date within this space, which it's within this week, it will automatically be highlighted green. So assuming that I change 30th March, this particular date, to, let's say, 9th of March, or let me call it 12th of March, you see that automatically it's highlighted here, as you can see here. So this really makes it quite dynamic. In some situations also, we would like to really highlight the whole data range. What it means is that we really want to highlight, we don't want to just highlight the due date. We want to highlight the whole row or the whole item. How do we do this? What it means is that you need to really select the whole data. And when you select the whole data, the same way you go to conditional formatting, here you can go to new rule, and I'll introduce something quite different here, where I'm using a formula. I'm using a combination of the and formula. So we are saying that, and if the day is today, so here we are choosing the date. So we are saying, and if today, and since this is a really, so we are saying today is equal to, sorry, the date you have chosen is equal to today. So you open your parentheses, you close your parentheses. So if today is greater than today, sorry, and is less than, I don't know if anybody can see if there's something wrong with this. It's greater than or less than today. We open our parentheses, we close our parentheses, then we close it. We should know that this is really absolute referencing. And in this way, we can't use the absolute reference here. What we can use here is the relative. So we'll use the F4 key to really make sure that it's only H which is blocked. Then we go to the formatting. So we are saying that all the week, starting from today within this week, let's say, should be highlighted with the color orange. So when we select orange, and we can give it a different background, and let's say with a 6.25 gray, and click on OK. Unless we don't have any of them within just, oh, sorry. Because I was using today, no, I wanted to use within this week. So at least what it means that I need to add a +7 to it, sorry. So that's within this week. So apply, so that is it. So you can see, so what it means is that we are measuring the date from today within the first week. So you see that all those items are highlighted. So you can see that item 2, which is within this week. So you can see that the date here is 10th March and the whole row is highlighted. You can see that 15th March is also highlighted and is the whole row. And you can see also that this one is also highlighted. I think at this point, I would like to engage you a little bit by running a small poll to ask some questions. So at this point, I don't know if there's any question you would like to ask before I continue with the rest. So I'm ready for some questions.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
I'm actually trying it out here, but it seems like with the first part you did, the arrows, mine keeps going up. The green arrow just keeps going up, even with the negative involved. I don't know where I missed, but all are just going up.
All your green are going up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you can share or let me say. So what are your values?
I didn't use all the values. I just
Come
used
again.
From
You
what was over here, the ones over here.
Okay.
I used just some of it. The ones you used, just some of it.
Okay. And you selected your date range?
Yeah. I just took the ones there, 20, -32, 105, 66. Sorry, -66.
Okay. So if you have your stuff, let's just walk through. Let's just walk through it and see and so that maybe I'll be able to access. But I'll take note of that. So you selected your range as I've selected, is that it? You can see the screen. You can see the screen.
Yeah.
So you select your range as I've done here.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
that.
then you go to conditional formatting. I'm sure, but did you select your range first, or you just went straight to do it? So now when you
I
selected
selected the range.
Okay, then you go to the data. You go to the icons. Now, it depends on the icons you choose. As I said, if you go raw like this, it will just give you something which might not make meaning to you.
Yeah.
Go back again and go to manage rules. Now go to edit.
Okay.
Now, when you go to edit, don't show, so check show icon only. Then where we have the type, the percent, change it to number. And now give you, I'm sure that's what you didn't do.
Yeah.
Yet. So change that type, all the options there into number. Then now input your range where you want to see the range. If it's greater than 0, if it's less than, that one depends on the type of data you are mining.
Okay.
Anyway,
okay, I think it's working now. My challenge was I didn't do the number part.
I'm here. You are fine.
Yes, please. My challenge was the type, the number. I didn't change that.
Oh, okay. So since you are fine now, then I guess you are
Yeah.
good. Okay. So let's continue. Okay, so I guess we are there. Let's continue, please. Those who are with us. If there's no question, let's now move straight to highlighting rules. Sometimes you have a data and you want to highlight rules based on a value. As I initially said, assuming these are the sales for a particular month, and you really want to find out the sales which are above 3,000, you want to highlight them. Simply what you have to do is go to conditional formatting and now say greater than or equal to. So then you put your value in here. Assuming you want all the sales greater than 3,000 to be highlighted. So you just type your 3,000 in here and you can choose the shade you want. If you want green or red or whatever color you want. So assuming this is what we want a light shade yellow. So we go this way and click on OK. So you'll see that automatically this column is really shaded with the condition. Note that, as I said, so far as you have done this, it means the condition is dynamic. And anytime we enter a value, assume you are even inputting a value which is more than the 3,000, automatically it will be highlighted. So assuming that we input here 3,000, or let's say 3,500, you will see that automatically it's shaded. So it's quite dynamic. Now, sometimes you don't want to just shade just the particular cell. You want to shade the whole column. How do we do this? Before I do this, let me show you if you create a conditional formatting, how to clear. So first, what you need to do is select the whole range, go to conditional formatting and say clear rules from selected cells, and you are done. So now to do what we did, but this time we want to ensure that we highlight all the rules. We'll select the range, and this time we'll use the new rule, what we call use formula. Now we use the formula here and we'll say that for this particular cell, so we'll select this cell and now use relative referencing so that at least it will affect all. We are saying that if that particular cell is greater than, let's say 2,500, what do we want it to do? We want that particular shade to, let's say, be shaded ash and maybe with a different background. You can choose your own background. You can even go ahead to even say that it should give you a different borders. It's possible. So there's a lot of ways you can do. It should give you a different borders. Or even if you want it to be striked through, you can check the strike through. And when you click on OK and OK again, so you see all the sales which are above 2,000, you'll see that the whole row are strike through. I hope you can take notice of that. So then automatically, assuming that in this particular column D, if we input any data which is above 2,500, so here if I input a 2,500, you will notice that automatically it will strike through. So 2,000, let's say 501, you see automatically is being strike through and the product is strike through. So that is a way for also to act as a check. If you have a data which you know that there's a limit which a sales data or a voltage or a number needs not to exceed. This is how simple you can use to really check how your data really works. Now let's move on to shading alternative rows. But before that, is there any question? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, is there any question?
No, for now.
I want it to be quite interactive, so I'm expecting some response from you.
All right.
Is there any question, please?
None for now, please. I guess we have to be abreast with the rules.
Okay, so let me proceed then. Okay, so now sometimes you have data, you want to shade the alternative rows. So what it means is that you want to ensure that if this one is shaded, let's say it's shaded this way, you want this following one to be shaded the same. So in that way, it means you have to be doing this over and over again, over and over. How simple can you do this? I hope you can see what I'm doing. And what it means that the alternative rows, you need to be shading it every now and then. And this can be very tedious. There's a simple way to do that using conditional formatting. So this is our data. So to do that, first you select your range. Now, when you select your range, you go to conditional formatting and you say that we are going to use more rules or new rule. So here we are saying that equal to, we'll use two functions here. We'll use the is even. So we are saying that if the row is even, that's all that we are saying. That's the meaning of what the formula is written here. So we are saying that if a rule is even, what should it do? It should give us, let's say, a shade. What type of shade are we talking about? We can go to the field and say it should give us, let's say, this type of shade. So we click OK. And we click OK again. You can see automatically alternative shades. So you can see that the first row is not shaded, the second row is shaded. And within the range we highlighted, we have all this in there. Is this not wonderful and quite an easy way for you to really, let's say, work with data or make your data quite simple and nice? I hope you saw how simple it was.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Okay.
No, please. Please, can you go over that?
Okay. So I undo. So now I'm saying that normally you want to give your data different alternative shades. So you want to say that for each row, the next row should be shaded. So this is your data. Now you select the whole range of where you have your data. You go to conditional formatting. You go to new rule. And I said that here we are using formulas. And the formulas we are using is the is even and the row function. Now we input our formula here, equal to is even. What you are saying is even. As we know, it's even number. If it's even, and with the range selected, the row. So all that we are saying is that if the row is an even row, it should shade that particular row. So format. And you can choose the shade you want. So, okay, let me choose a light blue. Then you click on OK. Then you go to OK again. There you go. So what it means is that with the area I selected, look at where we have the row column number. You see that 5 is an odd number. 6 is an even number. That's why you can see it shaded. The next line is an odd number. So it's not shaded. The second one is shaded. You can use this method combined with quotient to do, let's assume that you want for each third row, you want a shade of, let's say, 1 or 3. You can use the quotient and combine with the is even to do same. I hope it's clear. I think it's Millicent who asked the question. I don't know.
Yes, I'm practicing. So give me it's even. Okay. It's even into brackets row, right?
Yes. Then you
That's
open
what you type there.
Yeah, then you open your parentheses and you close your parentheses also.
Okay. Yes, we can go ahead now.
It's working. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Now let's move on to
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
It's mine is not working.
Yours is not working.
You said even, right?
It's even. It's even.
It's
It's and
even.
even. Yes.
Okay.
It's even. You
It's
open your
even.
parentheses. You type row. Open your parentheses. Close it. Close it again.
Okay, so it's too close in.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let's, before I did a close in the parenthesis twice, but it's it's even then a
Did you start
parenthesis
with an
then
equal sign?
row. Yeah,
It's even.
yeah.
Open
Then
your
parenthesis.
parentheses. Then type back
Yeah.
and type the
Then
row.
row. Yeah. Then you
Then
close it.
open it and close.
Oh, okay. 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 After typing the row, you open again before you close.
Yes, you open and close.
I'm still yeah. Okay. It's worked.
Yeah, it should work. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So quickly, let's move on to, we have done icons, we have done bars. Now I want us to see how we can combine both data bars and icons in this particular cell. Okay. So with what we have done, simply, how do we do this? Okay. So we are going to combine data bars and icons here. So simply, I just want to repeat the same numbers where we have the percentage here. So we just do equal to, remove this and just do that and now move down there. So now this is our data. We just want to introduce data bars. So you go to conditional formatting, and I know Millicent will like this one. So we go to the data bars and we can choose any of the data bars we want from a start. So this is how it looks like. So what it means is that it has picked this range and now giving us some explanation, but really we can do better than this. So we'll just select the range and go back to manage rule and rather go in and edit and make it more interesting. Now, where we have the data bars in there, we'll say show bar only. So we'll show the bar only. Then where we have the type, we'll choose number. Maximum, we'll choose number. The value, we want to run from the value. So within that particular cell, though within the range, you have, let's say 0 to 100%. I want to run from 0 to 2. So it's more of like 0 to 200% indirectly. And what color we want to show? We want to show maybe a light blue. You can choose the borders to be white if that is fine with us. Then just click on OK. So here we are showing bars only. So when we apply, see, this is what we have. So now this is the bar. The bar is dependent on the percentage. So you can see that the one with the 100% is almost like half. The one with the 90%, it's this. Let me click on OK. I'm going to add another bit to it. So this is it. Now the one with the 7%, you can see that it's even list. Note that as much as you have done this, this is quite dynamic. Assuming that where we have the 7, I input, let's say 100. You'll see that the bar will go up there. Now I want to add, so now what you have done here, the first one, is just to add the data bars. Now, how do we add the icons to it? Within the same range. Within the same range, we go to conditional formatting, we go to icons and select, let's do the right and wrong. So we select this icon and that is it. We go back to conditional formatting, we say manage rule, we say edit. So our interest is in this one, the icon set, we edit the rule. What we want to achieve here, we just want to show that any of the data which is above 100%, or let's say above a 90% should mark as correct. So here, as I said, always make sure that you change it to number and now change the value. Since it's in percentage, you can just type in here. Assuming, so you can just type in here, let's say 0.9, or if you like, let me start with 1, sorry, 1. And here, the rest, we don't want to show any. So in the middle, you take, we don't want to show anything. The last one, too, we don't want to show So no cell icon, and we click on OK. Show icons only. Sorry, this one is supposed to be this percentage. Okay. So we say apply. Then you click on OK. You can see that the one with the only the 100% is really checked. I don't know whether you can see that. So what means is that any value above 100%, assumption is that it's good and it's correct. Assuming you want to set it within a certain range, you can still select it, go to conditional formatting, go to manage rules, select that particular one, go to edit. Now in the edit, I can say that fine. Anybody who had above 80%, it should give it the correct, that's the green correct. So that will be 0.8. And assuming that anyone who had below 25%, so that would be let's say 0.2, 25%, it should give us an icon. So now we'll choose an icon. It should give us the wrong icon. The person did not really perform very well. And now click on OK. And now apply. There you go. So you see that all the icons, or the ones which are below 20%, have the icon of the, let me call it wrong, and also with the correct bar. So here we have combined the data bars and the icons. And I'm sure it's really quite pleasant, and at least it explains the data very well, and it helps you to really, if you present this data to your supervisor, at least it helps him to zoom straight into the important ones, assuming those who are performing well, if it's a product, the one who is performing well and the one who is not doing quite well. And I'm sure when they see such a report coming from you, it will be quite interesting and also quite challenging. I don't know if there's any question on this. Hello.
Well, I think it's quite complicated here, but maybe with more practice.
Oh, I should go over
playing
again.
Around. Yes, it looks like sometimes when you are speaking and you click on your Excel sheet, the screen that you are sharing, it comes later. It shows us later, so it gets confusing.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. So maybe I'll take my time on this one, then I'll finish up with the last one. Okay, so let me go back onto my sheet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So as I said, assuming you want to remove, you have this, and you want to remove the conditional formatting from this particular cells. All that you have to do is select the range, go to conditional formatting, just go to clear rules and say clear rules from selected cells. So then you select it and you have cleared the rules out of it. So now you have your numbers in there. Now I'll go over again. Now this is your data range where you want to apply first the data bar. So you select the whole range. You go to conditional formatting. And for the data bars, they are here. So you can select any of the ones you want. Or strictly, let me just take my time. So you can just go here and select this one. Then go back and go to manage this one. Then go in and then edit. Now, first, you want to show only the bar. So you check that one. Now, within the bar, the numbers you are comparing is 100. So you can see that with the 100, it fills the whole cell. But we want to combine two. So we want to create a space for the other icon. That's why I will choose the type. I will choose number. And I'll choose it from 0. Maximum, I will choose here to number. So 0 to 2. So what it means is that a full one, which is 100%, will end or will be almost half of it. Now here, you can add a little bit fill of it, assuming you want it to be a gradient. So here it depends on the colors you want. Maybe this time I will stick with the red and just click on OK and apply. So this is what we have. Now we want to apply the other rule. We can select the same range again. I hope we are okay with this one before I move on to the second one. Hello?
Yes, please.
Okay. So we select the range again. We go to conditional formatting. Now we are using icons. Which icon are we using? We are using this one, the indicators. Now these are the indicators. I go back still with a selection of the range. I go back to conditional formatting. Note that if you don't select the range, you will not get the manage rule. You won't be able to see this. So we select the icon set and now go to edit. Now with the edit, you have the icons here. So here too, we say show icons only. So you check show icons only. Now here I said, don't work with a percentage, work with numbers. So choose the numbers here where we have the type. Now the icon, we say that assuming that anybody who gets above 80%, since we are talking about numbers, you need to do it, which means 1 is 100. So we'll do a 0.8. So assuming, so it means anybody who has the percentage of 80% and above will have the correct sign in there. And assuming you want to input another one, saying that anybody who had below, let's say 15%, so that will be 0.15. Because because in that data is in percentage. And here we have changed into number. Then you click on OK. Then you say apply to see if it's working. Now you can see that I have the yellow icon in there. What means that I did not uncheck it. I need to go back and uncheck it. This is not the way I want my output to be. So I'll go back, and where we have this, the icon, I will check on it and say no cell icon and apply. So you see that we don't have it in there again. And then we click on OK. Our data is good to go. That's how simple you can really go about it. All the same, as I said, I'll share the Excel sheet, and we'll take it from there. Now let's move on to the last one. And this one has nothing to do with formulas. It has to do with a font color, which I know maybe most of you are not quite familiar with. So when you go onto in your sheet, if you have a sheet, just select any range. We have what we called webdins in the font column. Go and look for it. So if you type webdins, I'm sure it will come up. Just click on OK. Now it gives you some icons. It's a font, but it gives you an icon. When you type in there, it will give you an icon. So assuming that I type in here a G, this is a cap. So it will give me an icon to show more certain like a church. Now assuming I type a small G, it will give me a box with, how should I call it? Colored box. Now I can change the color by going to change the font color. So assuming I change this to green, what it means is that, or even to red, what it means is that the box will also be changed to red. You can use this as a pictorial to show a data you are presenting to your boss or to your supervisor. So assuming with this one, let's say these are countries, these are the percentage they have done. And I really want to, let's say, I don't want to go through the stress of using formulas. I just want to use some small bar icons to really do this. You can use the webdins. And that one, as I said, you can try it. If you select a range and you type in any of the letters, it will tell you the type of icon it is. If I type in here I typed in J. Assuming I type in a B, this is a B. A B is more like a bicycle. So assuming maybe I want to use the bicycle to show or to give a meaning to this, then I can just come here and type in, because I've selected this whole area and change the font to webdins, I can just go in here and just type a B and I'll have one bicycle. If I type 2B, I'll have 2 bicycles. If you type B space B, you have 2 bicycles in there. As when I type in N, I'll have a duck in there. And don't forget that when you change the font color, the color of all this will change. So I can type in this and let's say change all this to green or to, let's say, orange. So the color will change. So this is very a simple way where you can use icons to really and depict your data without necessarily going through the stress of using conditional formatting. So you can use the webdins, and it's a very powerful font which you can use. But don't forget that use it on the area you really want it to be, because if you use it to affect the whole data, it will mess up your data. So use it at the area you really want to apply it. I don't know if any of you have tried it and can tell me if it's working or if it's not working. Has anybody tried it?
Yes, it's working.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
It's
if you
working.
type in 5 times, it will appear 5. If I type in n 5 times here, I'll have n like this. But so far as I want it space for it to look nice,
yes,
I'll do n space, n space, n space, n space, and you have it. And it has all the characters from A to Z. But I don't have it. So assuming here I type in F. F is more like a train or something. So there are a lot of icons. A will give you a correct. So assuming that, let's say in your data, you just want to use a checkbox. You can just use the webdins for that and you can check it one. That is the small letter A. So when you type it in there, and you can change the color as I said. So when I type 1, so when I do A1 space another A, I'll have it twice. And that makes life easy for you without going through the stress of sometimes going to symbols, going to cuts, paste, and Charlie the stress. Here it works within the cell. And if you want 3 within a cell, it will be within that same cell. You can space it, you can change the color, you can do whatever you want to do with it. So you can try your hands on it if you find very useful. So there are a lot of icons. Helicopter, L will give you something like a star. So there are a lot in there. So I'm sure maybe you can try your hands on them, and I'm sure you would love it. I don't know if at this point there's any question. Then we'll end today's webinar. So I don't know if you have any question for me, or you are still trying your hands on it. So you can try the alphabetic. R will give you the what you call the wrong sign or the cross sign. That's a small R. So you can see it in there. As I said, you can give it any color you want. You can change it to the deep red, and there you go. So there are a lot of stuffs in here. Hello, or everybody's going to sleep.
No, we are here.
Okay.
We are here enjoying the webdins. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I know. I normally say it will be interesting for you because it makes life easier. No stress.
Yeah.
Mr. Fred.
Yeah.
Fred, do you have a WhatsApp group? Because you're the first timers, you don't know whether you have a WhatsApp group so that you can also join.
Yeah, we have a WhatsApp group. I'm sure we have a WhatsApp group. I think they will send the link. So if you check the chats, I'm sure you get a link to join. Say first, if you can share the link, that would be appreciated. So there's a WhatsApp group. Yes, there is.
Okay. So when do I contact to be added?
I'm sure I thought you were sharing the link. You could have. I don't know whether you're using it. Can you WhatsApp your number? I'm sure he will send it to you. If you can just give us your number in the chat. Maybe you can chat privately with Sifas. You can chat privately with Sifas.
Who?
Sifas Saudi.
Sifas.
Yes.
Okay.
I kindly check the chat box. The link is there. You can just click on it.
Question, any way you think you can make it better? I know that I jumped straight to some kind of advance. I know people are not quite familiar with all this. Sometimes the basic tools they are not even quite familiar with, but this is just a way to introduce you to, for you to appreciate that Excel is really a powerful tool. And this is just, let me call it just some basics. I do not like to get some feedback from your end. It's very important so that at least we can improve on it. Is the medium okay? What can we add to it to make it quite interactive? Because I want to move into the practical space. Because Excel is really about practical. So if you don't have the practical hand on it, then you'll be mixing out on some stuff.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, does the document come with explanations? The one you'll be sharing? Because
when you say explanations, like what?
Like with the ones you did. Some of them, you are likely to forget it.
No, the documents come with a workout, but it won't come with as I'm talking to you because it's practical. Every situation, unless you want me to do a whole write-up, but I'll try, and also the video will be published. So if you think you lack anything, you can always refer to it on
Okay, so where will we get the video?
The video will be posted on FedExcel YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, please do also subscribe.
Yeah.
I would try and share it so that other people can subscribe to it.
Okay. And I think the lady mentioned it. Most of it, when you are talking, the time you are done talking, we haven't seen the thing moving yet. You know, it's like when you click, we end up settling on. Please, did you get what I said?
Yeah, you said sometimes the network is quite slow, so it looks like my voice is
Yeah,
quite. I move a little
it's
bit
yeah, yeah.
faster than. So I'll take that. Maybe I need to get a good internet and maybe the timing also. So maybe I'll slow down. So I've taken note of that. Thank you very much for that feedback. I really appreciate that. Isaac.
Yeah.
I'm here. Isaac is here.
I'm here.
Romeo is
Romeo
here.
is here.
Tell Romeo, tell some feedback for me will help.
I'm here.
Yeah, Romeo, give us some feedback.
Feedback on what, please?
Yeah, feedback on what you have learned throughout today. Unless maybe you are not following.
Oh, I was following.
Yeah, so what do you think you can add to improve it or to do it more better? At least I don't know the person who someone gave a recommendation that I looks like my speech and the practical stuff doesn't really synchronize. So I'll check on that.
Yeah, you're on point. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so Romeo, with the about the 5 tricks we really went to. Which one do you really I'm saying with the tricks, at least with the 5 conditional formatting tricks we went through. Which of them it's your let me say you really find very intriguing or you find it very useful in terms of your industry where you work. I don't know where you work.
The icon is okay.
The icon is okay. Yeah, everybody wants the simple ones, Charlie. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Ruby. Isaac.
Welcome, sir.
Isaac. Is Isaac there?
Yes. Yeah, Isaac is here.
Yeah, Isaac, tell us.
Okay, so over here, I would say it's a pretty much organized and quite interactive session that we are having here. However, this is what I would suggest or I would probably request that you add. Okay. You know, at the onset, just before the presentation,
yes,
we could hear the interlude or let's say the music playing at the background. Now, yes. I would suggest that is for us to be able to follow and be able to be interactive or let's say get you carry us along. I would suggest that you send us a sample of let's say the data that you were using. But it appears that you are able to work with the tables. And even though we have Excel on our, let's say Excel sheet, blank sheet on our screens or on our machines, we cannot be doing what you are doing. We only have to watch you and see what you do and probably go off and try and come back. But assuming we have the same data like you're having there, we can probably share the screen into 2 or divide it. While you are at it, we can also be trying. So that when you use a particular formula, like the case of the is even row, you could easily do that as you did it. Then we can try with other or less alternative data at a later time, I should say.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you very much for your feedback, Isaac. I really appreciate it. I think you are.
It's a pleasure, boss.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I will work on that. Really, I wanted to share this document. I was having a little bit of challenge, and because it could allow me to share only on my Google Drive, and when I tried logging it refused. But I promise you that in the next one, maybe we'll add it to the reminders, so that at least you even have the Excel sheet ahead of time, so that when we start it, at least unless maybe you are new joining, then we'll still find a way to share it through a Google Drive, a link so that you can just download quickly and so that we can understand, so that we can all move on the same space using the same data so that we understand. Thank you very much for the feedback.
Thank you too.
Okay.
Also, you should have given us permission to record.
To
who? Yeah, to record. Screen record.
I didn't give you permission.
Yes, please. When you said the host need to.
Yeah, but it's recorded.
Suggesting that you wanted to record the session.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it's recorded. The session is recorded. As I said, we'll make it available on our YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. I mean personally. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Romeo.
You're welcome.
And better. Is better there? Better just hooked on. Better. Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, hello, Beta. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Everybody good. Tell us what you picked up today, or the feedback you want to give us.
I like the it's even one.
Okay.
The rest I was quite distracted, so I couldn't follow. I think I'll have to watch the recorded one again, especially the last one that was done, the weight gate or something. I didn't get that one, so I'll watch the recorded one again so that I'll get familiar with it. But I also agree with the gentleman who suggested that you give us your data as we are waiting so that you can also have it, and as you work, we can work alongside.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, Grace Nuno. I just want to hear from everybody. Those around. Grace Nuno, is Grace Nuno here? Grace.
You.
Grace. Grace is not here. Jay.
Please, I'm here.
Yeah, Grace, tell us something. What did you pick? I want to ensure that at least.
Please, me, I just joined, but since you said you send the video around, then I'll watch the video and then I get everything from there.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think next time I'll join earlier than expected.
Okay, thank you very much, Grace, for joining.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it. Jay, is Jay here? I think Jay is not around. Richfield.
Yeah, hello, boss. I'm here.
Oh, okay, Charlie. Some feedback will help.
Oh, okay. In fact, it's been good. I'm following everything. It's been good, but we would love to receive the video so that we can go over the lessons that you've given us. That's so good. An excellent work, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Senam.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Senam. Yeah, feedback, Senam.
Yes,
Quick one.
I joined. So I was on my way home. Yes, I was on my way home. Yes, I just joined. So I will also use the video and then do some practical, and then I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, but the time is okay, or you think the time is not? It does not favor you.
So the time is. If I got the link just this afternoon.
Okay, then thank you very much, Yaya. Thank you very much, Senam. Is Yaya around? If not, I will jump to Wisdom Consult. Is Wisdom Consult here?
Okay, so great. Like I really enjoyed it. I missed the first section. The one I remember it was more database something. I didn't get to even see the videos. I don't know. Now that I've heard about the YouTube channel, I'll visit it and also follow that one. But I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for this. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Rebecca is not there.
Yes, please, I'm here.
Yeah, Rebecca, some quick feedback.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for today. I really enjoyed the session. And I guess it's got to do with a lot of formula. So we just have to be abreast with it. So I guess we will all refer to the YouTube site as mentioned. And I thought I was the only one practicing. I like the fact that there were a couple of participants that were also practicing alongside the class. Thank you for taking us through.
Welcome. Millicent. I think Millicent has gotten what she wants. So.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so for me, I was practicing alongside, and I am actually on the webinar with my sister sitting beside me. So we were practicing. But just that, like I said earlier, it looks like when you are demonstrating it, if you move faster, and then we see the demonstration later on our computer. Okay. So I think it was a matter of internet connection and stuff like that. So that was the only problem that I had. But I think we had a good one, and we will continue to do some practicals and then see how it goes. If I have any question, you know me, I'll call you and all of that.
Yes.
And help me.
Sure.
Yes. So as other participants said, we need the data next time so that we will be using the same data you're using to also practice, and then things will be easier for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So thank you all very much for your time. As I said, Excel really has to do with practice, and if you don't practice, you'll forget. And in the world in which we are now, data, as they say, is the next oil. And if you are good with your Excel data, it makes work easier. You don't struggle with data. So I will encourage all of you to build up your skills in Excel, because it's now a basic tool which is being used by almost 70% of the workforce wherever you find yourself. So try and get the understanding of the Excel. And as you said, on the WhatsApp page, if you have any challenge in terms of the data, the Excel, you're working with the data, have any challenge, don't hesitate to contact us. We'll be glad to assist and help. Thank you very much. And our next webinar will be in 2 weeks' time. We'll confirm the date for you. We'll be looking at sum ifs, also quite interesting and a very powerful tool, the sum ifs function. We'll be looking at that, just that, sum ifs. It's a very powerful tool, and we'll be looking at that come next 2 weeks. And I hope we are agreed at the time is okay for all of us. If that is okay, then we'll still maintain the 7 o'clock.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, and have a good evening or good night. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you too.
Good night.
Good night.